Greetings, everybody. Welcome to another adventure. I'm a Florida Golden Girl, and today I am in the town of Kissimmee, and we're going to tour another local cemetery. Today we're going to be in Rose Hill Cemetery. It was established in 1883 by the town of Kissimmee. So why don't you come on with me on this wonderful adventure on a beautiful sunny day. So this cemetery is located off of Old Boggy Creek Road. I've never been here before, so it looks to be quite a big cemetery. It looks like it's fortified with a gate. And it looks to be a maintained cemetery, meaning the workers are doing all that they can to just maintain it, but they don't put any extra effort in it. I guess something is better than nothing, so let's come and tour some markers and see what we have. So this is Charles Breaker, and he died in 1953. And I guess this is another family plot where he died in 1998. And then you have H.M. Breaker and then Jenny Breaker. If I look at this looks to be almost an older part of the cemetery, where you have a gentleman who died in 1942. Power wash, but he died in 1980. Through time, some markers are just worn down, such as the ones you see here and there and there. You have a gentleman that Dan Pageant liked to ride horses, and horses were a real big thing back in the day. Lots of farms. This used to be old farmland where people would grow oranges and things of that nature, and now as time has gone by and greed has prevailed, lots of farmland and ranches have been bought up and have been remade over into subdivisions. So this is John Taylor Parton. I have no idea if he's famous or if there's anybody famous that is buried in this graveyard. I don't think so, but it's a fairly large one, folks. Looks like you've got, if you remember in the last video, in the last vlog I did, where the cemetery that we toured, and I talked about how family plots, they would have lines in the Casadega vlog, and in my other vlog, I talked about this. So this looks like this is an old family plot. So here we see a Confederate flag, and he looks to be an enlisted soldier. So his name was Henry Parton. He was in Company A, 7th of the Florida Infantry, and he was in the Confederate Army. So it says he was enlisted, and he was with the Confederate Army Volunteers. He mustered out at the close of the war. He died as he lived a Christian. I like that. And you could see that this, it looks like it's, through time, it's crumbled. But he died in 1912, so he died 100 years ago. I guess it looks like it might be two separate graves, but this lady died in 1973. It looks as though there is a paved road, so up over here, so you can drive around the cemetery. I'm not going to be driving. I'm going to be walking around and kind of touring some of the area. She died a few years ago. Just to give you an idea, I guess they are all cremated. I am not going near that. They look to be Vietnamese. So I guess they're all cremated in here. So I'll leave that alone. So I hope you're all having a good day today and enjoying the fall weather wherever you're at. Hard to believe that we're in the month of November, and soon we will be celebrating Thanksgiving. I guess these days with the supply issues, it's always good to prepare. Retirees, we all live within a budget, or we all live within a pension, Social Security. Some are still working, some are still having to work because of the high cost of everything. So it's good to always prepare in advance, whether you're going to a family for nice looking young man, or whatever you may be doing to celebrate holiday, whether you're volunteering. It's good to prepare, get all your food ready that you're going to be cooking, and go and have it ready to go now. I don't cook. Well, I cook, but I don't cook a meal. Normally in the past, I've just ordered a honey-baked ham, but I no longer eat pork or beef. I normally eat chicken or turkey, no fish. So I normally will order the turkey breast, but we're going to my brother-in-law, so I might order a super small ham or something like that, and then have a separate turkey for us, so that we have our own leftovers. I kind of like that idea. It'll be nice not to have to worry about cleaning or having guests over. In the past, those are nice, colorful ones over here where they have remember I mentioned where people will have in my past vlogs where I talked about how people they'll sit and they'll spend the whole day with their loved one. I've seen this in Hollywood Forever. I've seen this in local cemeteries in San Antonio, and here it looks for those that never knew, Anton Yeltsin, he played like a young Chekhov in the Star Trek movies, and he died very young. He I guess he had a Jeep, and he was behind the Jeep and it crushed him to death, something with a mechanism or whatever that may be. But so he's buried at Hollywood forever, and I'll be uploading my Hollywood videos one of these days. But what I didn't know is that his parents, I guess he was the only child. And so what he does is the parents they'll park their chairs out there, and they will spend the whole day at his graveside. Only child, and he, they loved him to death, and so that's what's going on. They are grieving in their own way by spending the day with him. So this cemetery goes all the way back over there. And those cars over there, that's all Valencia Community College. So what a poignant this looks to be an active cemetery, and I would imagine a large Hispanic population. So I've always been fond of cats. So at one time I had 5 cats. It was interesting to try and take care of them, but they were company, when you really don't have time to really make friends. So your cats kind of become your family. They could become your friends. And so as time went by, each one would die of old age, cancer, or whatever the old age feline diseases that would occur. So I had my 18-year-old, she died last year. When I moved to the area and retired a couple years ago, I came with 4 cats. One died last year, and we had to put our male cat down a few days ago. We had come to the conclusion that vets will tell you that if a cat has cancer, we can save them. But what you never stop to think of is about the cat, that if the cat goes through chemo in their own way, they're suffering. And we had an ultrasound done, and there was just so much going on that I just made the decision to put him down. I wasn't going to let him die alone, but I did tell him that I loved him. And it's owning pets, and when they pass is the saddest thing that can happen. But the reason why we're not getting pets is because I'm getting up there in years. And what happens when you pass away, and that poor cat, doesn't know, and then suddenly is taken and put into a animal shelter, and the chances of them being adopted are slim to none, and then they spend their remaining time. It's not fair. It's not fair to the pet. It's not fair, to you as a pet owner that's responsible. So this is just our decision. We don't have any family that truly cares to take cats off our hands. We have no children, really no family that's responsible to leave them all behind, that would take care of them like we would. So I've just made that decision. We're not going to do it anymore. So we're down to 2. And we're going to call it a day on owning pets. Pets are expensive. When you're retiring on a budget and you got a sick pet, there's only so much you can do for them. And greed has prevailed. Well, again, this is just my opinion. And, vets will charge these outrageous prices. It used to be you could afford to take your animal to a vet, but not anymore. Now it's almost $50 for a visit, and then they tack on this fee, they tack on that fee. You just can't afford it no more. So I am almost towards the back. Over there is the back of the cemetery, and here looks like there's a lot of crosses, but I don't know if these are veterans or this is evidently, this must be a veterans section, because, well, maybe not. Well, he New York PFC 125th Armored Engineer Battalion, and he was a World War II vet, and he was a Purple Heart recipient. Navy Reserve, Oscar Hyde, World War II. So the crosses indicate that they were veterans. And remember I told you about the line where it'll kind of divide, plots, or that's kind of what it looks like this is happening here. So this is Helen, First Lady I've seen, Helen Ross Kirschwell, Michigan. She was a nurse in the Army Nurse Corps, World War I. She died in 1967. I bet she had some stories to tell. First World War I nurse I've seen. So Wilson Edge, Florida, Army Air Forces, World War II. So this is Ralph O. Coiner, Virginia, Private Headquarters Company, 3rd Artillery, World War I. Died in 65. I have hardly seen any World War I vets. Here's another, I think, World War II. Excuse me. John Senio, Michigan, Tech 4. So 9201st Tech Service Unit. Must have been the Air Force, so he was World War II. Another World War. So this must be World War I and II. Curtis Nevins. So Navy, World War I. He died 1970. And then looks like 2 graves, almost one on top of one here and one there, but he was in World War II. And then you had North Carolina, Morris Hubert Davis, World War II. And then another World War II vet. It's almost like it's tucked away. Got Gotta be careful of the ants. Last time I was bitten. World War I. Died in 68. World War II. Dorothy Goodwin. She is a dependent. So if you recall when I made my Bushnell Cemetery vlog and have referenced this in other vlogs where spouse dependent of, so they normally would be buried side by side, and that's what happened here. But this is a civilian cemetery, so, but even in military cemeteries, that's what will happen. California Sergeant the 1521 Quartermaster, Reef Forger Company, World War II. I guess military knowledge does come in handy sometimes. And these need to be power washed. But anything, I guess, that has a marker is the military section. He's a World War I veteran. He died in 68, and he was with Battery B, 43rd Artillery, World War I. So it comes up here, so wherever you see a cross is where, I guess, the veterans are buried in a civilian cemetery. Peaceful out today. Again, it's a weekday, so I've got pretty much the cemetery to myself. It's there's the entrance over there. So let's do some more exploring. So this is James, World War I veteran. I hope everybody is enjoying my cemetery videos. This channel's super small, so I guess as time goes by and as the channel grows, then I will look at how I can make content more interesting. So he's a World War II vet. And Ada Winter, he was a World War II vet. So we talked about Thanksgiving and preparing, and I have even started preparing for Christmas, trying to get, what do I need for a Christmas tree? I've got Christmas ornaments from during my marriage. So I don't need none of that. I think the only thing I need would be lights. And now I'm starting a Christmas shop because, again, you just don't know what's going to happen. And these days, I've always been taught that it's good to prepare for anything. So I've walked on Daisy Street and Maple Street, and so we're gonna go down this road, see what we've got over here. I think I like it when you walk in a cemetery, because when you walk, you're able to show the viewer more of what's going on. Now, we had the hurricane in September, and Kissimmee, I mentioned, is a very big town, but parts of it have been hit pretty badly. So in this area, I've seen houses where the roof is blown off, but nothing really significant that would warrant me not being able to travel to this area. So Kissimmee is famous for being close to Disney. So some people say Kissimmee, but it's pronounced Kissimmee. Newborn. So Jacob was 3 months old when he died. It's very sad. Like I said, it's always sad when you see a baby grave. So she was 24 years old. Is still young. Looks like her parents are still alive. A lot of these graves are, the family will come out and decorate. So it shows that they care. I think some people take more of an active interest in maintaining graves. I know that my mother, I mentioned that when we were kids, we would come out to the cemetery on a weekend. Not normally every weekend, but most weekends. And so they would decorate the graves for Christmas and Easter. And my brother, I guess they have these things now where it's automatic. You can pay somebody that will come out and kind of lay a wreath or some type of green thing which has holly and stuff like that. It's amazing what you can now do, and you could pay somebody and save yourself the grief. It's a nice headstone. Siebenberg. Again, I don't think it's creepy, but then look, they built a cemetery right next to a neighborhood. Lots of beautiful trees. Great place to make a haunted movie. So, I hope you're enjoying this vlog so far. There's just so much. You know, there's just so much to see. Some of these bigger cemeteries, you really don't have all the time in the world to go through them. And I hate doing a part 1 and a part 2. But a bear can? So the gentleman on the left is a retired captain from the Marine Corps. And so they must have had a great married life together. There's nothing wrong with being able to travel the world and seeing all different kinds of cool things. I know this is getting to be a long vlog, but I want you to see everything because there's so much here. In the back, this looks to be some older graves right in there. We'll kind of check a few of them out. Dr. Phillips Cemetery had these type of graves. Casadega had these type of graves. These are the older ones. So he's a World War I vet. Another one. so evidently it's marked by a cross. Died in 1962. Yeah. Remember me mentioning that most of the older tombstones will either be towards the back, and this looks like this is what's going on in this area, where you see how you see some of these in here. They're all the older stones. So I'm in the very back of the cemetery right now. So, a lot of walking today, guys. A lot of walking. But there's so many interesting headstones here. Nice and peaceful today, guys. I want to thank you for watching today. If you are new to my channel, tell a neighbor, tell a friend, tell a relative. I grow through you. The more people that you tell, then they'll become interested and they'll look at my channel. Also, I wanted to let you know that I do blog. I have a blog that I've owned for quite a number of years, and I blog on silent film star Rudolph Valentino. So for those that are interested in silent movies, check my blog out. It's just https allaboutrudy.org. Again, folks, let others know about my channel, and I want to again thank you for watching. Please like this video, subscribe, and click that notification bell that will let you know when a new vlog is on its way. As a rule, I normally will upload on Saturdays. Sometimes, depending upon if it's a special occasion, then what I will do is I will maybe upload another video during the week, but normally it's just once a week. As the channel grows, then I will put out more content. And again, I appreciate your support. Thank you for watching. This is a Florida Golden Girl saying so long for now.